So my name's Anargya, but you can call me Anar. I know it's really complicated. So this one is actually a story about my grandfather, my dadu. So back when the partition happened, when he decided to come to India, he chose to stay in Jammu. And I'm glad that he did because he was a man who could not speak Hindi. He only knew Urdu. And to add to that, he was a practicing Hindu. But don't worry, this is not political. So let's get started. It's called Wajood and it's interspersed with tiny freckles of Urdu hair in there. Back when I lived with him, I never thought I would ever remember the time my grandfather, my dadu, tried to teach me Urdu. The lessons never went beyond Alif Be Pe, but I did, however, understand the use of Zabr Zer Pesh. In my defense, I was a chubby child with curious eyes and oiled braids. My curious eyes and forever in compliance with academic commitments made sure that after an afternoon or two, I moved on to a new pastime, one that involved roller skates. Everything was fine. I would still carry my Hindi test papers and grades to get them checked by him, my dadu, who could not read them at all. For him, his world was Hindi to his ears, but Persian in his eyes. He would let go of his soft chuckle and smile with a sigh at his granddaughter's mischievous adventures. His eyes, however, I now see through them, carried this longingness for companionship, a companionship choreographed in the Urdu alphabet. I now regret never learning it. My regret began when I moved out of town alone in a new city at a tender 18. My heart was still somewhat homebound, even amongst the newfound scenes of liberty. So one day, I set out on a quest, a Gen Z quest of Google searches. I was going to learn Urdu, for it felt like the language knew me already. But you see, a language is your existence in that world, but Urdu had no words to describe who I was because a woman is one who loves a man, and I could not understand why Mehboob was a boy's name, yet Kishore Da calls his lady love the same. A woman is one who loves a man, but my love went way beyond that. I know the shires and their ghazals sing in transcendentals and not gendered musicals, but my identity still remained a puzzle in my Urdu world. I read articles and dictionaries, research papers and poetry, but the closest I came to what I could be called was a string of slangs. Oh, so derogatory. And today, I sit with this paper in my hand, enveloped by this disinfectant scent outside your hospital room, watching you breathe, supported by monitors and tubes. Dadu, you lie on the bed so quiet. Having survived a failing heart and stunts and angioplasties, you are a tired man in your late 80s, a mere shadow of the one whose eyes I now see when I look at these words. They read, Hum jins parasti. They mean homosexuality. I found a place for myself in your world, but I'm afraid I won't be living it with you. Nevertheless, thank you, Dadu. You helped me find my wajood.